Thanks for tuning into our podcast. This is idty Insights, the most reliable decision-making experts community in America. In the next minutes.
Why your business needs to adopt biometric verification now.
This episode is coming up thanks to
Double Check. Strong solutions to face huge security challenges. Know more at idty.com/doublecheck.
Let's get started.
Modern businesses must adapt to current technology to avoid being left behind. With new disruptive technologies emerging practically every day, companies must find ways to incorporate and leverage them to stay competitive. One of those emerging technologies is known as biometric verification. For businesses that fear a loss of customer due to privacy concerns, technology has created ways that companies can easily and securely collect customer information. Biometric verification is one way businesses are staying ahead of the competition in regards to managing customer data. By increasing security and boosting consumer confidence, businesses that adopt biometric verification technology stand to gain a competitive edge in today's marketplace. What is biometric verification? Biometric verification, also known as biometrics, matches an individual to a previously created record using physical and behavioral traits. The most common traits used are fingerprints and retinal scans. Some other examples include facial recognition or voice recognition. Biometrics are used in many different applications, including law enforcement and military, intelligence gathering, and other data security purposes. How does biometric security work? Biometric technologies use physical or behavioral characteristics to authenticate individuals' identities. Currently, there are two main methods of biometric security: static and dynamic. Static biometrics. Typically referred to as static biometrics, characteristics are captured through sensors and processed by computer software. Some of the most common traits used for biometric authentication include fingerprint scans, facial recognition, iris scans, hand geometry, and signatures. Dynamic biometrics. With dynamic biometric information, such as voice prints or gaits, users speak into a microphone or stride past a camera to provide unique readings for comparisons. Biometric technologies that use characteristics from an iris scan or fingerprint sample are considered contactless because there are no physical contacts with the sensors during the data collection. With hand geometry and facial recognition, those being identified need to actively participate by placing their hand or face in front of a sensor. Are biometric systems always accurate? All biometric systems have a certain degree of error associated with them, which means some individuals will be incorrectly rejected, and others may be incorrectly accepted. Biometrics is most effective when used alongside other forms of authentication, which can reduce the risk of false acceptance or false rejections. Biometric systems can also be compromised by copying the biometric traits of a person, which is known as spoofing. To prevent this type of unauthorized usage, many biometric authentication systems use liveness detection to ensure that the biometric data being captured is from a live person. Advantages of biometrics in the workplace. Biometric technology is instrumental in high-security environments and can be used to verify the identity of employees, contractors, or even visitors. It serves as an extra layer of security against impersonators who possess knowledge about a user's personal information. With biometric authentication, you are granting access only to a person who has physical possession of a hand or face, something which cannot be easily replicated, and is present at the time of the identification request. Another advantage of using biometrics in identity management is that it confirms a match over time. For example, if you authenticate your email and the system works correctly, it knows who you are for future requests. No other form of authentication provides that level of proof beyond the initial match. For businesses, this layer of security is helpful in reducing data risk and increasing consumer confidence. The future of biometric technology in the workplace. Biometrics will continue to grow as an industry standard for many security applications, such as access control and the Internet of Things, or IoT. For business owners, biometrics offers various benefits that can increase business, reduce security risks, and help move companies into the future. Here are just a few ways that biometrics are appearing in modern industries. USB and data firewalls. Biometric USBs can be used to strengthen the security of any device. They can use fingerprint, face, or voice recognition to provide users with access only when they're physically present and can speak into a microphone. Transaction and point-of-sale systems. Biometrics have been used for years in ATMs and point-of-sale payment terminals to authenticate cardholders while preventing fraud. Automotive companies. Some car manufacturers are beginning to include biometrics in their vehicles as a way to allow access only for authorized drivers. Prepare your business for biometrics now. Biometric systems are here to stay, and their usage will only increase over time. Many of us already rely on them in our daily lives without even realizing we use them. With the growth of IoT devices, as well as the implementation of biometrics by major private and public institutions, the future looks bright for biometric verification. As a business owner and leader, it is your responsibility to create a secure, future-proof environment for both you and your employees. It doesn't matter if you're the CEO of a large corporation or chief of technology at a startup, security systems should be a priority in any business environment. Biometric verification's long track record of success indicates that these technologies will only get better and more widespread. Companies that learn how to implement these technologies correctly now will be ahead of the curve regarding future technology standards. It's time to ensure you're on board with biometric solutions for your business, or risk falling behind the times and putting your data and your future at risk.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. This episode coming up is thanks to
Double Check. Strong solutions to face huge security challenges. Know more at idty.com/doublecheck.
Stay safe, and until next week,